Hello everyone and welcome to our webinar. My name is Gvidas and today we have some awesome guests. We have Jens and Sofie. How are you guys?
Great, thanks. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Amazing. What you got guys for us today? Tell us.
Well, we got a good presentation on how you can get extra value from your traffic in a very easy way and a very sophisticated way by using Sleeknote.
That's awesome. I've been waiting for this myself because I hope I'm gonna be able to try your tool myself with one of my projects, so I'm very excited to see what you got, guys. All right, so before we jump into the whole presentation, I would like to inform our viewers that at the end of this session we're gonna have Q&A session. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them during the presentation or any time, because at the end of this webinar, I'm gonna share your questions with Jens and Sofie. So as well as I hear they have some special offers for you guys. So I guess that's it. I'm not gonna waste our time because I know you have something special to show us. So the stage is yours, guys.
Thank you so much, Gvidas. Appreciate it. Yeah, here we go. And yeah, we are as told from Sleeknote, and that is a pop-up tool. And this presentation you will see is based on research on 10 billion sessions. So it's well documented and the proof of concept is really there. So hope you enjoy. And to mention, as Gvidas also told, we have a special gift in the end of a value of 249 euros. So hope you'll stay until the very end. Right. So today we are Sofie and I. Sofie is our head of partnerships in Sleeknote, and she's responsible for all the partners that we are having in Sleeknote, and it's a really good profile to have on board because she really generates a lot of value through our partners. And a partner, what is that? That is like Hostinger or an agency that we are having. We are operating in 40 plus countries, so we're pretty wide in the scene internationally. And myself, Jens, head of sales in Sleeknote, responsible for all the different verticals in sales. That means outbound, inbound, and of course, all the sales activities. Yes, what is Sleeknote? Well, Sleeknote is an intelligent pop-up tool and an on-site messaging tool. So as you see, say goodbye to annoying pop-ups, say hello to Sleeknote. And just to clear it out, is pop-up annoying on our website? It is if it's not like sophisticated and not intelligent. In our way, we can ensure that you as a website owner, whatever you're selling or whatever you're having online, that you can generate much more value from your traffic whenever you're getting people on your website. The saddest thing in life is to waste a lot of money on paid advertising and a paid traffic, and then they just disappear. You can, in a simple way, you can say that Sleeknote is a good help, just like going into a physical store. What happens when you're getting in the store? Are you getting any good messages? Are you getting any good help? And are you getting all the proper information that you need? Yes. Briefly, how you can use our pop-ups. You can use it on lead generation, which means you can collect a lot of email addresses on your website. And that is a good thing, obviously, since you can promote a lot of good content after you collected the email. Whatever you sell, whatever you're providing, always make sure to collect more emails. You can also increase the product sales, which obviously is a good thing. And that is done by promoting your services, promoting your products whenever it makes sense. So, for example, you got a new collection, make sure to promote it, make sure that people who will enter your website, they will see it. So it's a really effective way to promote and increase the sales. The next one you see, guide your visitors, is if you have a good guide on how the customer should choose a product. Imagine if you're selling shoes, it might be a good thing to have the size guide, or if you're selling beds, should it be a hard edition, or should it be a more soft edition compared to the person that you are? So in this way, you help the person on the customer journey. And the last one is a good way to go for that. You can connect with the visitor, meaning if they're about to leave your website, then you might as well do whatever you can in order to connect with them and say, hey, was there anything that you needed help to, or is there anything you're missing? You can give us a call and then make the number for your help desk or your customer service visible, and then say, if you need any help, let us know. And that is a really good way through pop-ups to engage the visitor to get in contact with you. So as you can imagine, we are actually helping on the whole customer journey to provide you as a website owner more value in the end. Yes, here are some examples and some references of some customers that we are dealing with. As you see, the variety is big. We're not only focused on e-commerce. So it is really like, if you have a website and if you need more value from that, we can help you out. And for example, Toyota, they got 27 more people out trying their cars by using Sleeknote. So it's a good tool to use. Yes. In short, the agenda that we'll go through, as told, we will have data from 10 billion views. We'll also tell you how you can personalize a pop-up in this year, 2021. You will get some instant conversion boost tips that you can actually use on your own website. And you will also have a good insight in design. What is a design and how important is it for a conversion? And as told, we have a special gift for you in the very end, and it has the value of 249 euros. It is not a long introduction because it is a simple tool. It only takes between 20 and 30 minutes. And then you will have some good tools that you can work on from this and this presentation. Yes. Sofie?
Yes, so we just want to showcase why Sleeknote even exists. Here we have a website promoting their newsletter. They would like you to sign up by entering your email. So when I enter my email and say sign up, Jens, if you will try to go to the next slide, we will see that I actually have to sign in with lots of information, both my first name, last name, email. They just need a lot of information from me. So when I enter this information and I say next one, you can see that basically they don't really have to promote all of that. So if I go to the next one and I enter my information, I have to choose between these different pictures that you may already know. You have to make sure that you're not a robot, and you have to do this maybe 1 or 2 times. So in this case, I'm about to explode and we will maybe lose some leads. So if we try to go to the next one, we just want to showcase you guys some really nice and valuable data from all of the visitors that we have based on all of the customers that we have in different industries. And one of the things we try to look at is what kind of effect does an image have when you're creating a pop-up. And actually, this might be something that you don't think about when you create a pop-up or see a pop-up, but from our data, we can see that when you insert a picture or an image in a pop-up, it just converts so much better. So you can see here on the right side, it's a pop-up with an image, and on the left side, we have a pop-up without an image. So the difference is huge, and we would highly recommend you guys to think about this when setting up your first campaign, that a picture is really nice to have in the pop-up. Try to go to the next one. We also noticed that the number of input fields has a really high effect on the conversion rate. So as you can see here on the left side, we have 1 or 2 input fields, and input fields could be like asking for a name, an email address, a phone number. So if you, for example, ask for name and email address, but you also ask for the phone number or the birthday, you will actually see a decrease in the conversions. But we do have lots of customers who would like to enrich the leads from the beginning. But before I show you how they can do it, I just want to show you what these difference in the percentage of the conversion actually mean in number of leads. And we will see that one on the next. So we can see on the right side, we have the number of input fields, and on the left side, we have number of leads. So again, 1 or 2 input fields, it's basically the same number of leads, number of conversion rate. But when we add the third input field, we can see that we actually lose 2,000 leads. So it does affect like the conversion rate really, really much. But that's actually the reason why we created this campaign that we call Multistep. So this campaign, you can actually ask for more information, so you can still enrich the lead and still have like a high conversion. So as you can see, the first one where we have the wording get free shipping, they ask for email address. And then once they say enter their answer, we will see step 2 saying thank you, and then trying to get some more information. So this is a really nice way to enrich the lead, get more information without hurting the conversion rate. And you might think, how does this look in when it's live? And this is a great example where we first have form 1, then we have form 2 asking about what are you interested in hearing more about, and then the last thing just saying thank you for signing up. So if we move on to the next one, we can see that we do have lots of customers using this campaign, and their visitors, when they sign up or enter their information on the first page, 66% will also enter the information on page 2. So we do see a high conversion from page 1 to 2, meaning that they actually still get this information from the visitors. So they will increase and enrich the lead using this multi-step campaign. And we do have, as Jens told in the beginning, we do have different ways of using Sleeknote. We also have different ways of designing these pop-ups. And as you can see, you can use it in different ways. The most important thing for us when creating these campaigns is that it will look like your website. So we use, of course, the same font as on your website, and the same pictures and colors and so on. So it's really important for us to make sure that this fits your website and your visitors, both with the design and also the different pictures, text, and so on. So this is some of the opportunities. Moving on, we also have it for mobile devices, of course. So we both have it for desktop and we have it for mobile devices. And I just want to show you a quick example on how it can look like for mobile devices. So in this case, we have a smaller screen, but we also have like a smaller pop-up. So yeah, you can see this is one of our customers asking for the email address and the name of the visitor, just again to get some more leads for the newsletter. So this is an example for mobile. Then we have another example for desktop. So in this case, we can of course have different pop-ups on different pages on your website. So you don't necessarily need to have the same pop-up on the same pages or all on your website. You can actually have specific pop-ups on specific URLs or specific pages. So you can really make it relevant and personalized to your visitors. So we do have a lot of different targeting options, so different ways of trigger this campaign and showing it based on how the visitor is navigating around on your website. This is just one example, also a really nice design. They ask for the name and the email address of the visitor, and this is where they haven't bought anything yet. They are more looking around on the website. But if we go on to the next one, we can see that this could be like an exit intent. So one last message before the visitor is trying to leave the website. They will just say, for example, in this case, I've already placed an order. I've already bought something, so I'm pretty interested in this website. And that's why they say, thank you for your order. Let's stay in touch. And then asking for the name and the email address. Again, to stay in touch and to make sure that they will get a lot of leads for their newsletter. And we actually have lots of different elements that we can add to these pop-ups. So in this case, we actually have like a GIF in the pop-up, again, to make it more nice in the design way, and also to use some of the existing content that you have already. So beside the GIFs, we actually also use YouTube videos, which is a new feature that we launched, I think it's 3-4 weeks ago. So you can actually show a YouTube video in a pop-up, which could be by, if you want to promote new products, or if you want to promote a guide or something like that. It's really nice to have the opportunity to show a YouTube video in a pop-up. This is another example of trying to use our countdown timer when collecting email addresses. So in this case, they have these, they have a really great offer where you can get 15% off all spices. And they would try, they are using this element or this offer to, again, get more leads for the newsletter. So in this case, they just showcase what is the offer, and they make sure that I know this is a timed offer by adding the countdown timer. So in this case, we have 2 days, 3 hours, 4 minutes, and 6 seconds. And when we add the seconds, we will always have something counting down, always have something moving, which will catch the interest of my eye. So it's a really nice way, again, to promote this pop-up and make sure that we will get your visitors' attention. And we have the next one as well. Again, this is a competition. And again, they added a countdown timer to make sure that I understand this is a timed offer. You need to act now if you want to participate and win this spring jacket. So they use the countdown timer as well, and you can design it in different ways. So in this case, they have some different colors on the days, the hours, and the minutes. And again, asking for name and email address, and then I just have to enter my information, sign up, and participate, and hopefully win this competition. And actually, again, we have lots of data, and we just handpicked some of the most relevant for you guys. So here, I just want to show you now, I've mentioned the countdown timer twice, and actually we can see that if you have like a timed offer or a time competition or a competition ending a specific day, when you add the countdown timer, you will have like a much higher conversion. So in the left side, we have a timed offer or a time competition with a countdown timer in the pop-up, and on the right side, we have a timed offer or a timed competition without a countdown timer. So we do see a big difference in the conversion rate, which is basically just because this is really nice for the visitors to see, to visualize this is a timed offer, and I have to act now if I want to have this offer or participate in the competition. Trying to move on, as Jens told you guys in the beginning, we do have different ways of using Sleeknote, and this is an example on how you can use Sleeknote to increase the sales. So in this case, it's really simple. We have 3 different products with 3 different pictures, and also we tell a bit about what is it that we would like to promote, what is the price of the product, and also a direct link to each product. So this is a really nice way, and you can use it both on different categories. You can use it on your front page. If you, for example, have any news, like a new collection coming up. So you can use this in many ways, also actually in the basket. So if you want to try to like increase the sales again, just by promoting maybe a low commitment product, which is really easy for the visitor just to add to the basket, you can actually use Sleeknote to do it as well. So this is an example on how to do the increased product sales. And again, as Jens told you guys in the beginning, we have different ways of guiding the visitor around on the website. So this is just an example. For example, I could guide you guys to our YouTube channel or our Instagram, our LinkedIn. So besides having the opportunity to guide them on your website, you can also guide them, for example, from your website and to your Instagram or Facebook. And this is an example, again, with a direct link to your Instagram, which is a place where people use a lot of time. I have to admit that. So this is a nice way to promote this as well. And again, as Jens mentioned, we can also help you guys get in contact with your visitors. We can do it in different ways. We can have different messages based on if it's within your opening hours, for example, where we would like to promote your phone number. We only want to promote your phone number if you have like some colleagues sitting in the end being ready to answer the phone. If you're not at the office, we would of course like to get some information from your visitors, just to make sure that they won't just leave and you will not lose this lead, but you will actually get some information. So in this case, we try to help the visitor, and we just need their name and their email, and then a bit like of a description about how can we help you. And then they will say, please contact me, and you will get the information in your email. So if we move on to the next one, you can see here that we actually have the opportunity to set a schedule for the different campaigns. So instead of me having to activate and deactivate the different campaigns, I can actually say Monday to Friday, I would like this campaign to be activated, and then another message on the weekends. We also have a lot of customers using this one, for example, when they do like a countdown to Black Friday, for example, or spring sale, they will have a pop-up made only for this. And then instead of them going in and say activate and then set an alarm on their phone because they have to deactivate it, we can just do it for them, which is much easier. So we just try to make it as easy for you guys to do these campaigns. And if we move on to the next one, I think Jens will take it from here just to tell you a bit more about how we can help you.
Yeah, thanks, Sofie. And yeah, as you saw, it is more like a personalized way to go ahead with the using pop-ups. So instead of you having the same annoying pop-ups showing up all the time at all pages, you can really narrow it down and make it very specific. And in this way, you will see the conversion, they are much higher and booming. And here are some examples from customers as we have, and you see that they are having a lot of conversions and a lot of newsletter subscribers added to the newsletter. And you see, for example, like mentioned Toyota, they had like an increase in drive bookings by 27%. And that's amazing. Nice Hair got 350,000 newsletter subscribers in only 1 year. And so on goes the list. You can see all the different case studies on our website, and they are in sections. So you can see for business to business, you can see fashion, you can see e-commerce in general, and so on. So have a look at sleeknote.com. And by the pricing you see right here, that is on sessions, meaning that visitors. So if you have up to 20,000 visitors each month, then on an annual way and an annual plan, we are looking into 49 euros each month. And it is not a lot of money compared to the value that you will have and the value you will see by using Sleeknote. And that's of course easy for me to say because I'm in Sleeknote, but to prove it for you guys, we are usually running a 7 days free trial, but in this webinar, we will actually give you 14 days for free. So you can see it for yourself that this is a really brilliant tool to use. And not only that, we'll have an enterprise team. They will create 2 custom-made Sleek boxes only for you. So it specific matches your website and also your needs in that. And that's a value of 249 euros. We have a lot of companies who are paying a lot of money for us to do the settings, but we'll of course include that for free for you guys, since we like to of course get you going with using Sleeknote. It is easy to use, so it's not being said that is a complex tool, but this way you just ensure that you'll get the conversions going. So it's a good way to getting started. And it is within the next 24 hours. So go ahead and start your free trial right here at Sleeknote in the link as you see below. And I know that Gvidas is also making sure that we will, of course, share this link with you guys. And that being said, I want to say thank you so much for hosting and Gvidas and the team for having us. It's really interesting to see what we can accomplish. As told, we are in 40 plus countries, so we can definitely help you out as well. I'm pretty confident in that. So we just want to make the opportunity to say thanks, and thanks for having us, and thanks for being with us.
Amazing. Thank you for joining, guys. It was a really valuable information. Sleeknote sounds like a very interesting tool. I believe I'm gonna use this opportunity. I'm gonna try it myself. All right, so like I said, we have some questions, and I guess let's start our Q&A session. At the end of it, I have some questions as well, so I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions as well. All right, so the first question is I'm not gonna, I guess I'm not gonna pronounce the names because I'm gonna butcher the names, but it's Akira Ninjas. He's asking, how is your tool better than your competitors?
And that's a good question, and really a high topic question. We are more sophisticated because you can edit much more in the campaigns, and we also have an algorithm that detects the behavior on the website. So on that, the algorithm will see when to detect and when to trigger this campaign. And in this way, you just ensure that you will have much higher conversions. So that is what we have. And also beside that, we have a feature called site data. So you can actually use your data from your own shop, and on that, you can trigger the campaign. So it's really a deep way to go, and also something that we do different.
All right, that's amazing. Thank you for answering the question. All right, the second question, I guess it's for us. What is name server? The name server is the name server of web hosting, which you use to point your domain name. Thank you for asking. All right, so the next question is for you guys. So the question sounds like that, and the profile and the person who asked the question is called Learning Design. So that's a good one. What is the best timing to use the pop-up on the page?
Yeah, so as mentioned, we do have lots of data, and we just handpicked some of those. But we actually can see we have different triggers, which is different ways of triggering this campaign, so actually show the campaign. And for example, we have our time trigger, which is based on seconds. And we can see based on all our customers in all of the different industries that the overall best number of seconds to show the campaign is 8 seconds. So it means that I will go to your website, and then after 8 seconds, we will show the campaign, which is the number converting the best. But we do also have, for example, a scroll trigger, which is based on how much do they scroll down on a certain page. And in this case, we can see that 35% scrolling down is the best time to show a campaign. But of course, we need to figure out the best time to show the campaign on your website specifically. And that's also why we have what we call like an A/B split test. So we can split test, for example, the position of the campaign, or when should we trigger this campaign, again, just to find the best conversions for you guys individually. I hope that answered the question.
Thank you. It's totally clear to me. All right, thank you for answering the question. This next question comes from Umar, and he is asking, how does one choose the right pop-up to your website, given there are numerous options? So how about
the thing is that how to pick the right pop-up is pretty much more or less the same, but we have a lot of insights in our case studies. The basics is definitely to make lead generation. Of course, whatever you're doing, whether it's a website selling clothes or is it business to business or whatever, that is mandatory, and you should definitely do that, whatever you're doing. And then also before the customer is about to leave the website, then do whatever you can in order to catch this visitor to do a specific action. That could be signing up for a newsletter, that could be checking out a new collection, or it could be something entirely different. But that is definitely something you can go for. And Also, if the guys, or if you guys want us to be specific, then we can take a demo and point out exactly for this specific case what we can do and what we suggest.
I also think, just to add a bit to it, I also think the most important part is to think about whether it's relevant for the visitor or not, because you do have to think about not like hurting the customer journey, but you just want to enrich it by giving them valuable information. So that could, for example, as Jens mentioned, be to show your newsletter or show a specific guide or promote a relevant product. So I think most of it would be to just make sure that it's relevant for the visitor from where they are at the customer journey at the moment. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Thank you. It's completely clear. Very good answer. All right, we got another one from Emma, and it seems like she's a star on our stream. She's asking very good questions. So this is the question, and she's asking, do you have some kind of statistics of how many people leave the page when they see pop-up? And the follow-up question is, or how the sales can improve?
So I just have an additional question, I think, but maybe Jens understand it. So, yeah.
Yeah, the statistics, I guess, like that means on how many who actually see it as a bad thing and then leave the website, as I understand. But for that, we have a lot of insights in our database, again, on the success stories. So you can actually point out and see if you're business to business, then you can check out our case studies and see what impact can you expect in that specific industry. And the same goes for fashion and e-commerce in general and so on. But one thing we can say for sure is, in general, if you do the settings correct, then we ensure that you guys will see a higher conversion. And that is also one of the reasons why we are giving a money back guarantee. So if you don't see any like value or any benefit in using Sleeknote the first 3 months, then we are refunding the whole amount to you as a customer. So there's actually no risk.
All right, perfect. Thank you. All right, the next question is and sounds like that. Is your tool running on JavaScript?
Yes, it is a script that you're implementing in Google Tag Manager or in the header of your website. And a brief and important thing to say is that we are loading asynchron, and that means that the website will always be the first one to load, and one that is 100% completed, then Sleeknote will come. So you won't be having any delay at all. So you won't be having any like issues in using Sleeknote on the loading time.
All right, thank you. All right, the next question is in Hindi, but I already have the translation and it sounds like that. Will the loading speed of website not slow down due to pop-up?
No, and just as told, we have our script loading after the website. So we're loading asynchron, so meaning that your site, the website will always be the first one to load. And once that is 100% completed, then Sleeknote will come.
Perfect, perfect. All right, the last question is from Akira Ninjas, and he said this is the last question, by the way, from him. Do you have a freemium version of your tool?
Well, we have the 14 days. Usually it's 7 days. So we have the 14 days free trial, but not a freemium version. But as told, we have the money back guarantee. So Akira, if you don't feel the value, you'll definitely be able to have the money back. I can assure you that. Perfect.
Thank you, Jens. All right, so this was the last question. All right, I have some questions myself. The first question is going to be a little bit dumb, but actually I just want to ask, when a visitor visits, let's say, my website, and he's about to leave my website, he's about to click that close button, can I like show a pop-up when he's about to leave, not just like show pop-up when he shows up to my website, you know? You understand?
Yeah, so before, if you're moving the cursor, like the mouse over like the closing button, then you would like to have a pop-up showing up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. that is definitely possible by our exit trigger. That means that whenever the person is about to leave the website, then you will have a pop-up showing up. And that could be good, like when you're standing on a cart and you're about to finish the purchase of some goods. And that is the worst thing if you're about to leave that and the customer just disappear. Well, abandoned cart emails is good, but why not instant take the action and then close the deal and make sure that this customer complete the order. And that is just to name a simple example of using the exit intent.
No, right, thanks. The more I hear, the more I want to try your tool.
That's good.
All right, well, let's say if I have a blog, is it worth it to use Sleeknote?
Definitely. We use it on our blog ourselves. So we actually personalize each pop-up based on who did write this post. So for example, if my colleague Sofie wrote this post, we show her face when trying to promote our newsletter. So we try to specify and make it as relevant for the visitor, again, to try to personalize it a bit more. So we use it on our blog. And just to give a bit of a teaser, we also have like many ways to do it. For example, we have something coming up called embedded campaigns. So you can actually embed your pop-up or your campaign on the site, so you can have it during a blog post, for example. This is not live yet. I just want to tease a bit for it. We hope to get it live within this, or I think it's this month, right, Jens? Otherwise, we will definitely have it ready in next month. So I think this is really relevant for if you just have like a blog or something. Yeah.
All right, perfect. So it doesn't really matter if I have an e-commerce store or blog, I still can benefit a lot from Sleeknote.
Yeah.
All right.
And we also have B2B customers, for example, using it, and they would like to get in contact with the leads or promote if they have like a freebie of some kind. So you can use it on all kind of websites, I would say.
That's fantastic. All right, so I have an e-commerce store. So I guess I'm losing a lot because I'm not using any pop-ups. I used to think that pop-ups are, annoying. I just like, it's based on my own opinion, because when I see a pop-up, I just close the website. It's just annoying. So you want to say that your pop-ups are not annoying?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so I don't know. I would like to ask something more, but I just can't think of anything. You told everything so nicely. So
yeah,
I just please.
Sorry. Yeah, because we do have lots of different ways of target and trigger these campaigns. So it's hard for us just to tell you everything, and that's why we really want you to try to start this free trial, and then we will do the work for you. We just need to know what do you want to test, and then we or our experts, we have like an internal team, they will set up the campaigns for you. So we just want to make this process of getting the most out of your traffic as easy as possible. So we really hope that both you, Gvidas, and the rest of you seeing this, that you will try and create the trial, because we would like to help you. And it's for free, it's a test. So, I mean, you have nothing to lose, only a lot to win.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to send you the feedback.
That's perfect.
That sounds good.
Oh, by the way, I have another question. Do you have any tutorials or guides, that would help like with your tool?
Yeah, we do. And as Jens mentioned, we would also like to take like a one-on-one where we just go through your website and the editor with you guys individually. We usually you can book like 30 minutes. And I think maybe we can share the link for that as well. So you can just book 30 minutes whenever it fits you, and then we can go through the editor. You can ask questions. We can try to set up the first campaign. So we would, of course, like to give you the best introduction to our tool in order to have you get the most value out of our tool, even though that we offer you the 2 first campaigns. So we definitely do that, and we do have what we call like a free demo. Yeah.
That's
it
fantastic.
is actually like within like the first demo, and when we're taking the demo, which is 30 minutes, then we can actually create a campaign for you as well on the demo. So you actually, after the demo, only 30 minutes, you will have a campaign and you're good to go. So, so it's not like a big process. I can assure you that.
That's fantastic. Very nice to hear that. As well, by the way, I checked yesterday your YouTube channel. I saw you have quite a lot of interesting tutorials, not just related to Sleeknote. Yes, that's amazing job on that. So I highly recommend for our viewers to check Sleeknote YouTube channel because they have really interesting tutorials. Some of them are so good. I'm planning to make tutorials on the same topics.
That sounds great. Hopefully, you will get as many subscribers as you did for hosting Gvidas. You're doing a good job, that's for sure.
Thank you. It's a team effort. Very nice to hear that. All right, so guys, I guess we don't have any more questions. So I shared the link to your slides to the chat as well.
Yeah.
I shared the offer as well. So guys, check the Sleeknote, and don't forget to subscribe to Sleeknote as well. And if you're watching from the Sleeknote channel, don't forget to subscribe to Hostinger Academy as well. So I guess this is it. It was really nice to have you guys, Jens and Sofie. A really amazing presentation. Like I said, the more I hear, the more I want to try your tool. So 14 days of trial sounds amazing to me. So
Yes,
any last words? Any last words, guys?
Well,
We hope to see you.
Yeah. Thanks for having us. So we'll definitely do that again.
Absolutely. It was so nice to have you here. It was so easy. It was my first webinar, but it was so easy.
You did great.
Thank you. Thank you. It sounds very nice. All right. Thank you for watching us. Hopefully the information was useful. I can tell you that I'm very intrigued by your tool. And Hostinger coupon code, we had a comment. Sorry about that. Just the last thing I want to share with others. It's right here. Use code HA10 to get 10% discount off your web hosting. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. It was so nice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Goodbye. Have a nice day or evening.
You
Bye.
too as well. Thanks.
Goodbye.